And here's one of the main places you should visit during your stay in Akihabara, and it's the Mandarake building. It's 8 stories high. And they also have other locations in Nakano, Shibuya, and they even have one in Utsunomiya. I'm not sure about other locations in Japan at the top of my head, but if you're looking for something, there's more than a 70% chance that you'll find it here. And they really have some cool stuff on display on their display windows. So they kind of got like some old school toys. Like I think these were featured in an episode of The Toys That Made Us, the Netflix documentary, like how these toys are made of certain metals. Oh, like this particular truck here, this goes for 30,000 yen. And at my best guess, the current exchange rate is a little less than 150 yen to $1. And this Greyhound bus is about 18,000 yen. And this German police car goes for 20,000 yen. But I'm pretty sure you might be able to sell this for a little bit more in the US. And here you kind of got some other cool stuff, like you got this Doraemon gun machine. It goes for cheap, 1,500 yen. Maybe I should get some gumballs, put it in here, and do something with it. And for 3,500 yen, you have this Kyoji no Hoshi bag. That's what they call it here. This is like one of the very first sports anime, and it's a baseball one. And let's see what they got over here. These size display windows. Yeah, they got a bunch of modern Legos. They got one for Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, the Eiffel Tower, Captain Marvel. Yeah, usually every other month or week or so they kind of rotate things out, but for this part, looks like they're doing Legos now. Man, I haven't played with Legos in a long time. They got Ren from Ren and Stimpy in a graduation cap and gown. The Jolly Green Giant phone, Hong Kong Fooey, Raggedy Ann mug cup. Is that Tony the Tiger? Captain Crook. And they got some Ren and Stimpy figures on display here. Fruit Loops doll, Smurfs, other toys, Princess Leia, a Captain Crunch wobbler, some old school Disney stuff, an old school Mickey for 44,000 yen, some old school vintage Charlie Brown toys, Powder Toast Man, and that horse from Ren and Stimpy. Whoever sold this must have been a Ren super fan. And here are some stuff from Duffy and Friends. Like Duffy was originally a mascot for Disney Sea, but I understand that they're now being sold in Disneyland in the US and Disney World in Florida. Yeah, which is in the US, sorry. A Scar doll. Another Mickey minifigure. Halloween editions of Duffy and Friends. More Ren and Stimpy. So, Disney World 50th anniversary. Oh, this is nice. Of the Queen in white and from Snow White. 20,000 yen, but there's some damage on the box. Some stuff you could buy from Disneyland all over the world, I bet. And Pez head dispensers. Various animals. Looney Tunes, Smurfs, DC and Marvel characters, clowns, R2-D2, and they got some Ninja Turtles right here. Yeah, I can't get a clear shot. So yeah, if you're looking for vintage stuff, manga, anime, toys, this is the place to go to. And when I can, when it's open later, I will be sure to, provide you some videos. Okay, got some vintage toys here. So this is Tetsuo and Adam. Don't know when this was made. 80,000 yen. Here you have Tetsujin number 28. 25,000 yen. Garon. Majin Garon. No idea what this is. Here is C-3PO. 30,000 yen. Some random UFO. Ultraman. spacemen. Kaneda Shotaro from, Kaneda Shotaro from Tetsugen 28. Yeah, so 8th floor has all kind of figures and stuff. Here you got like a Zaku here, pretty big. Here you just got some random statue. This is all pretty cool you can get here. Here is a puzzle of Record of Lotus War. Here we got some Transformers. Fate Stay Night stuff. Alright, don't sit here. A very suggestive figure of C2 from Code Geass. Okay, so here's some other Transformers stuff. This is based off the movie. No, those movies suck. Beast Wars. Optimus Primal right here. Megatron. Beast Wars Megatron. It looks like this can comes with Optimus Primal called Convoy and Megatron here. Stuff from other mech properties. Oh, here's Samurai Pizza Cats or Kyatsu Toninden Teyande. Yeah, never thought I'd see these. So they're all pretty much around 40,000 yen each. Code Geass. Okay, so from Transformers to Headmasters, you got Fortress Maximus right here. This is Grand Maximus. And here we have Skylynx. The Skylynx is a lot cheaper than I thought it'd be, especially for something that hasn't been open. Here you got like a Megatron figure. Some pretty badass, but the Nakano location, they have a lot more. Some Eva figures, mostly of Mari. Here you got Rey with the long hair. And here you have Asuka. And Colin from Code Geass in the Playboy Bunny outfit. Macross. Yeah, the Macross stuff is pretty cool. Orgus. Mazinger Z. Space Battleship Andromeda. The Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park, Park 3, 2,000 yen. This Flash figure is about 8,000 yen. 1,000 yen. 1,000 yen for the Sailor Uranus figure. And 1,000 yen for this Hatsune Miku one. Okay, so 440 yen. You can have the birds from the Street Fighter 2 whenever you're, knocked out while standing. I forgot they sold those. We got Zoids here. So, figures of Gundam. Nice GM. A figure of Valkyrie. This is a neat figure of Sailor Moon. It's about 40,000 yen. And the pigtails are kind of like you got to connect from here, and they're sold separately within this box. And they have other Sailor Moon figures here. Here they have Zoisite disguised as Sailor Moon, Sailor Mercury, Mars and Mercury, Venus. And this is one of Usagi and Tuxedo Mask from that one episode they went to a ball. Here we have Minako. And it's nice to see that Naru, or Molly the Dove, gets her own figure. And here we have a card catcher Sakura figure, but we don't really get something within a front view. Toshigi no Umi Nadia. Rem. Yeah, a lot of these figures are rather suggestive. Yeah, as you can see here, the aisles are pretty much, cramped, but not as cramped as Super Potato. Okay, so here are some stuff from, let's say, JoJo. Some figures. Yeah, so compared to my hand, yeah, these are pretty big. Okay, so, yeah, this one of Jotaro from Stone Ocean. This is 100,000 yen. But this one from Part 3, Stardust Crusaders, this is 31,000 yen. And this figure of Rohan is 22,000 yen. So the prices are kind of all over. And these are pretty much figures you can win at Crane Games. Or try to, and then they just sell them here. So, My Hero Academia stuff. So, here you have Stars and Stripe, Himiko. Yeah, there's a lot of Himiko stuff here. And here you have Shuto and his father. And here's a cool figure of Deku. And here's some other figures from Jujutsu Kaisen. And One Piece. You can never get enough of One Piece. And if you're looking for American Marvel stuff, this is the section to find it. So you got some DC stuff and some Marvel figures. Nice figure of Jean Grey based on this look, but this is only the side view. All right, so let's head on down.
Every night you light me with your gasoline. Every time I feel delight when you recall my name. So you can be my shining star tonight. I'm not alone with all your love. Fly across the sky, you will be mine. Like a real dream with you, babe. Gonna get you like a space boy. I'm ready, babe. Gonna get you. I'm a space boy. Dive into your heart, baby. Gonna get you like a space boy. I give you, babe. Gonna get you. I'm a space boy. Take a chance with me, baby.
Okay, so here in these alleys, you can find some other shops. So here, if you're looking for, let's say, wires or computer components or any tools, this is definitely a shop you want to go to. And of course, more vending machines. Got a restaurant. On this side, if you want something more advanced and your budget is okay, this place is okay too for computer parts. Once again, another Family Mart. Another, let's say, mini concert hall, just a business, a massage shop, Maybe the massage people are dressed like Chun-Li. I don't know. And here is a vending machine for cards. That's interesting, huh? And if you're into Middle Eastern food, this is a place. If you're looking for, let's say, you know, smartphones and tablets, this is a place you want to go to. And this is a very interesting vending machine right here. So if you want freshly squeezed orange juice, this is the place to do it. Oh, shit. I was gonna come to this place next, but for some reason it's closed today. But yeah, you know, there was something I was looking for here. Oh yeah, it's under some repairs. So yeah, that's why they're doing it. I don't know. It says if you have a a reservation for repairs, like you know you want your console repaired, go downstairs and knock or something. Unfortunately, I don't have such reservations. But yeah, there was some. I heard that they got that CRT Dreamcast unit here, and I wanted to check it out. Just my luck. Okay, so I talked about another Surugaya earlier, and here's one of them. This is one for retro games. Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake for the MSX, almost 100,000 yen. Amiga CD2, almost 55,000 yen. Okay, the original Battletoads for Famicom, almost 40,000 yen. And Silhouette Mirage Elevator Reaction Recharge for the Saturn. These prices are normal. Battletoads for the Game Gear. Gunstar Heroes for the Game Gear. These prices are normal. And this is actually Ninja Turtles. It's called Hyperstone Heist in the US, but this is called Return of the Shredder in Japanese. So the case is 54,000 yen, 54,300 yen, 54,300 yen. Man, my numbers are fucked up today. So, but a few years ago, I got a loose card of this for about 5,400 yen. Alright, so here you can buy some instruction booklets to some games for, let's say, the Super Famicom or the GameCube or whatever. So here's pretty much the Super Famicom section. So here you got Art of Fighting. This looks like an interesting game. I can't find the title of this, but the art looks really cool. It looks like an RPG. But if any of you know this game, I really appreciate it. It better be worth the 7,800 yen. Yeah, this looks really cool. This looks like another RPG. Done role playing. So Ryu Kishidan Dan Zarubu. So Dragon Knight Core Dan Zarubu or something like that. That's the best I can make out. But I really love the box art. Fire Pro Wrestling Special. And we already saw this game earlier. I love the Fire Pro Wrestling games. It's like one of the best pro wrestling games ever. The Sailor Moon games. Breath of Fire. Really excellent game. Samurai Showdown. Galaxy Wars. This is interesting box art. Fatal Fury. SD Gundam. All Japan Pro Wrestling with Giant Baba on the cover. Here you got a lot of DS stuff. The Black Dreamcast. Almost 30,000 yen. The R7 regulations. They got another one here for the same price. Yeah, here you can buy a lot of old peripherals, and here you can buy a lot of strategy guides. Here you can get a lot of PC Engine or PC Engine CD games. This Batman's 26,000 yen. I got a loose cue card of Batman for 8,000 yen just before the pandemic. Spriggan. Yeah, this is like one of my personal white whales, but thankfully it's included in the PC Engine Mini, which I do have, but it's at my parents' house in Arizona. So Queen's Special. Okay, I don't see it. So here's some PS2 and Xbox stuff. And here's like a Dreamcast game. Under Defeat. So some SNK games for PS2. Episode of the Close for Dreamcast. And Karasu. Yeah, I know that was like officially the last game to come out on Dreamcast in Japan to be licensed by Sega. And here's some arcade boards. So if you're into arcade gaming, this is like something to check out. Is there anything that stands out to me? Okay, so here's King of Fighters right here. Yeah. Here I see a Thomas Wave game, but I can't really make out what it is because it's really obstructed. Okay, so here is Street Fighter 2 Turbo right here, and this is about almost 40,000 yen. And here is another copy, almost the same price. Yeah, trying to read it. It's printed horizontally, but it's vertically displayed, so it's kind of really difficult for me to make out some of the words. Alright. Oh, here's Captain America and the Avengers, made by Data East. This is about 120,000 yen. R-Type 2, 66,200 yen. And this game called Warrior Blade by Taito. It's about 198,000 yen. I can't really make out what's up there. Alright, a PS Vita, 18,500 yen. A wireless Mega Drive controller for 8,700 yen. This controller's for PC Engine, or Duo. A Dreamcast broadband adapter for 18,500 yen, but I managed to get one for half that price like a few years ago. So a lot of stuff I bought half that price before the pandemic. And this Dreamcast, metallic looking Dreamcast controller in the back is about 10,500 yen. And here are some PC games that were just like unique to the Japanese at the time. And here are some NVS cartridges. So, I don't know this game. I'm not familiar with this one. This is the King of Fighters 95. And this is Fatal Fury Special. And this is also Fatal Fury Special. Yeah. Here are the maracas for Samba de Amigo. It's about 10,400 yen, but I got this for like 3,000 yen a few years ago at their Yokohama store. So for the Famicom 2, it's about 11,800 yen. Here we have a PC Engine, 8,800 yen. This Super Famicom is 6,500. We have the Saturn here, that's 14,000 yen. And here we have a monitor. And pretty much here's some Game Boy games, loose cartridges of Game Boy Advance. So yeah. And here we have some loose cartridges of, let's say, the Sega Mark III and the Mega Drive and the Game Gear. And here we have some for PSP. Yeah, nothing that really stands out to me. Space Channel 5.2 for Dreamcast, 19,400 yen for this box. And here we have a Dreamcast box of Yukawa san, Hidekazu Yukawa, who was like the president of Sega back in the 90s, or during the time of the Dreamcast, and they had a lot of commercials with him. So, but unfortunately, he died a few years ago. And he was also like the guy you had to find in the demo Shenmue called Shenmue. Okay, so we got the PC Engine section. So Fire Pro Wrestling second bout. Already got this. Legend 3 Legend bout. Already got this. Meizani Koku. I got this for like 1,000 yen a few years ago, and it was not. It was with the case and everything. Yeah. So there's a Super CD-ROM version of Shin Megami Tensei. And here's a classic, Snatcher. I'm still looking for Queen Special. And here's a Sailor Moon game. Puyo Puyo. Yeah, I just can't find Queen Special. And here we have some PC games that are for mature audiences, so I'll show what I can show. So one seems to be a wrestling game. One seems to be like this pilot game or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to show anything too suggestive. But this is very true to the aesthetic of the 90s and the 80s, which is what appeals me to them. And here are some Mega Drive games with the cartridges. So we have World of Illusion. This is, of course, a classic. 5,100 yen. Here we have the original Sonic the Hedgehog. Here we have Sonic the Hedgehog 3 for 7,600 yen. G-Lock. Fushigi no Uminaria. I got this for like half this price. And some other Mega Drive games. I can't find anything of interest. I'll get that. Oh, they actually have a currency exchange machine at this place. And here you can buy some memory cards for PS1, PS2, Pudu Pudu Pack for Dreamcast, memory cards for Saturn, some USB disc, and the Sakura Wars Pudu Pudu Pack, and this memory card for Dreamcast, which is like, four, memory cards into one, but no VMU display. And they also have some, arcade cabinets here as well. Okay, I think they got Vampire Savior 2 here. Purogia no Arashi. Don't know what that is off the top of my head. So yeah. And here are the Dreamcast. Here are some more Mega Drive and Mark III. They got Phantasy Star. I can't make out what this. I think this is a Mahjong game. Here we got Space Harrier and Afterburner for the 32X. Rambo 3. Rambo 3 about 8,200 yen. Eternal Champions. I vaguely remember that one. Fatal Fury 2. Gunstar Heroes right here. And this is Fatal Fury 2 right here. Osamu Possum. Awesome Possum? Don't know what that is. Street Smart. Slime World. Yu Yu Hakusho. Tana. Doraemon. Batman Returns. Art of Fighting. And Varis. And what's this right here? Majo no Ochakai. So a witch's tea ceremony, or tea. Yeah, witch's tea ceremony. This looks cute. And here you get Dreamcasts. Wonder why this one's 20,100 yen. Some Saturns. Some Mega Drives and Mega CDs. And a Shuttle PC Engine, whatever the heck this is. So yeah, it's pretty neat. And here you have some Xboxes. And you got a 3DO. And a Neo Geo Gold. Sakura Wars 1 and 2 for the PSP. Got a copy of this, really neat. Yeah, so I'm making a detour at the PSP section. Here we have Skull Rumble, 500 yen, wow. I'm not sure if I have this game. I need to make like a spreadsheet of what games I freaking own and how many copies I have. Maybe I have and I've forgotten. Yeah, just what else do I got? Oh yes, I also recommend Gearing's Greed, this version right here. So yeah, kind of going back to here. So we got some Dreamcast stuff. Sonic Adventure 2, the birthday pack. I got this when it came out. The Japanese version to the English version of Shenmue, as weird as that sounds. It's called US Shenmue. Renpo versus Gion DX. Yeah, it's kind of funny. You can find this like at the 100 yen bin for the PS2 versions, as I said before. Right here, we have Gunspike, which was called Cannon Spike in the US. One of my personal favorites. And for 12,600 yen, we have Blue Submarine number 6. Sega Gaga, a true unique cult classic. And yeah, NBA Jam, Mega CD, NBA Jam, Urusei Yatsura, and some Saturn classics. X-Men vs. Street Fighter. I have like 5 copies of this game, and for good reason. The Crow. I remember Angry Video Gamer reviewing this one, and to its very left of Nekketsu Oyako, it's probably one of my favorite beat 'em ups. Here we have Sailor Moon Supers, which is a fighting game, 10,000 yen. And Princess Crown. This is really a classic. And here's the rest of the Dreamcast library. Guilty Gear X. I bought like, I don't know how many copies of this game, because a few years ago you could buy this for like 300 yen. And this is Godzilla Generations. If I have a guilty pleasure, it's this game. Ferrari 355 Challenge. This is a really fun game if you're into car racing. And this is probably like the first ever visual novel I bought, the version of Megiddo, because this was like really popular when I first came here to Japan back in '01 during my senior year of high school. And it was like heavily advertised, and I just felt I had to get it. Kanon. Super Roundabout. That's a fun game. Okay, so Resident Evil 3. Alright, what else I can find here? Oh yes, this is a game featuring Yukawa-san. It's called Yukawa Senmu no Otakara Sagashi. So it's like a treasure hunt game. That's pretty much what it means. Otakara Sagashi, treasure hunting. Rent a Hero. I have like 5 copies of this game. Really awesome game. Yeah, these places are narrow. Neo Geo. It's alright. So yeah.
This one.
Well, there's NBA Jam for Saturn Tournament Edition.
Not Sundown.
True Classic.
Okay.
Another True Classic. X-Men Children of the Atom. Yeah. This Evangelion game for Dreamcast. Comic Party. Knights. Funny, I bought this for 2,000 yen. I think that was like almost 20 years ago, though. And it still works great. I bought this copy of Knights along with the 3D controller. Okay, so, this has a good selection of Saturn games. KOF 96. Yeah, from the KOF games, you require the 1 megabit RAM cartridges. You don't have to use the 4 megabit ones. Cyberbots. This is a really awesome game. And this is actually another Samurai Showdown game. Yeah, I know there's an RPG one, but I guess this location does not have any. SimCity 2000, 600 yen, and for good reasons. One of my favorite podcasts covered this version, and, they pretty much explain why. Oh, hell yeah, Shin Shinobi Den. I actually have like 2 copies of this game. Really awesome. It's okay. Yes, this is the Samurai Showdown RPG. Bushi-den Retsuden. Bushido Retsuden. This kind of looks like a PS1 game or N64 one. Don't ask me why. Space Harrier. This game you can win in a raffle in Shenmue. Oh yes, was it? Damn it! I just saw it. I just saw a Shin Megami. Oh, there it is. So yes, this is like a Shin Megami Tensei game for the Saturn. So Shin Megami Tensei Devil Seminar. And right here is the special box edition. Hang on GP. $95. I have this game. I think I have it back home at my parents' house. Yeah, I have a lot of games back home. Oh yes, Dragon Ball Z Legends. This is like one of the very, along with X-Men vs Street Fighter, this was like one of the very first games I bought for Saturn from Japan. Probably for some people it doesn't hold up, but for me, I really love it to death. Oh yes, and here's what the game that got me into Fire Pro Wrestling. Fire Pro Wrestling 6-Man Scramble. And it's a pretty good price. Case Susabi. Like there's some rusting on the case. Let's see what else I can find. Hanako-san ga kita. Yeah, this is kind of based on like a silly children's tale about, Toire no Hanako-san. Like, if you go to like the second floor, the toilet of the girls' bathroom or whatever, you see Hanako-san 3 times, like she'll reply from the second toilet from the entrance or something. Yeah, so it's kind of based on that myth. And shit, my battery's dying, so stop for now. Ice cream. Yeah, so it's pretty much a section for retro arcade games. And as you saw, we had SNK vs. Capcom, Capcom vs. SNK2, and Street Fighter Alpha 1. And here we have a non-functioning life-size Game Boy display. Ice cream vending machine, drink vending machine. Here we have Splatterhouse. Here we have Metal Slug, Puyo Puyo 2. This is Aiko Sarate Quizu Angel 2. So this is like a quiz game. No idea how the hell you play this. Puzzle Bobble 2. This is a beat 'em up game. And we have Die Hard Arcade. And here we have a Dagashiya-san, or a candy shop. So pretty much, everything here is like under 100 yen. This is like to invoke like what an old school candy shop is, especially during the Showa area, which is when a lot of kids were coming here, and outside they would have these mini cabinets. I think this was portrayed in high school film. So anyway, I'm just gonna, yes, as I said before, my battery was running out. Thankfully, I have a rechargeable battery, and I'll just let my battery charge as I get some cola out of here. All right. Okay, so here's the 4 for Famicom and Super Famicom. And PC Engine. The PC Engine shuttle. The controller for Beat Media 2DX. Sorry, I only got one hand to use. Nearly 13,000 yen. And here's a keyboard for Keyboard Mania. Okay, this is almost 7,000 yen. I've been meaning to get this, but I think I can find it cheaper. Alright, this is like a special video game console. Here we got Neo Geos. Yeah, my backpack, once again, the aisles are kind of narrow, and I don't want to take off my backpack here. Yeah, so I can bend down easily. But here we got a Neo Geo. Yeah, it's the best I can get down. Alright, this is almost 100,000 yen. Densha Dego. Love this game. Okay, so here's an HDMI converter for the Mega Drive. And that's also compatible, I think, with some PC engines. Strategy guides. Oh no, Sadako.
Oh, we're making for a splash today.
With a knife?
Yeah. Yeah, these boxes don't make things easier. Okay, so Guitar Freak's controller for PlayStation. You have the Jet Dego, another B-Media 2DX controller. And here you have like perfect guides to like all the softwares for certain consoles, like let's just say the Bandai game, something called Bandai Game, like Pico and all that stuff. Here you have for Game & Watch and PC Engine. I bought ones for the Dreamcast and Saturn and Famicom. So here's the PS1 section. So in celebration of the recent Ranma 1/2 anime coming out, here is Ranma 1/2 Battle Renaissance for the PS1. I own like 3 copies of this. Yeah. Here's something called The Firemen 2, Pete and Danny. Seems like an RPG game about firemen. Kimero Hiro Gakuen. Looks like it was Boku no Hero Academia before Boku no Hero Academia. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Project Justice, Strider. Yeah, I have the one for Mega Drive. Capcom vs. SNK Pro. Oh yeah, this is the one that includes Dan and Joe Higashi. I mean, Dan and Joe as secret characters. I have the one for Dreamcast, and obviously it's going to be the superior version. Street Fighter 02, Street Fighter EX, Battle Arena Toshinden Subaru. I think this is the 4th game or 5th game. Only the first 3 games came out to the US to the best of my recollection. A Gamera game. Can't really make it out. Beast Wars. Yeah, I have this one in the N64 one. It's an alright game. And here's some game featuring some Tatsunoko stuff. Let me see what the title is. Yeah, so Tatsunoko Fight. That's what it's called. Looks like it's a fighting game consisting of Tatsunoko characters. So on the cover you have, like, say, Gatchaman, Tekkamon, and Cashier, based on the 94 versions. Or specifically with Cashier and Gatchaman. So about 5,500 yen. The Street Fighter 2 movie game. Vampire Savior. Hokuto no Ken. A 3D Fatal Fury game. So this is Cole Kaiser. Yeah, this is pretty expensive for the PS1 version. I think the Neo Geo CD version is half this price. As you can see, it was designed by Masami Obari, who did the character designs for the Fatal Fury anime. And this also got an anime as well. This is another fighting game. So Angel Eyes. So Tohime Denpu. I just don't know the last kanji. Oh, so it's just called Angel Eyes, I guess. Looks like it's another fighting game featuring schoolgirls. Bloomers, those went out of fashion by the 90s. Makeruna Makendo 2. Don't know what this game is. Just thought the cover art looked cool. Castlevania Symphony of Night, less than 20,000 yen. Unopened copies of Resident Evil are called Biohazard here, the original one, and the director's cut. And there's also a director's cut of, let's say, Biohazard 2, unless this is a director's cut. No, this is called the Duo Version Pack. No idea what that would mean. Votones. R-Type, Police Nuts. Yeah, so many games, so little time to figure them out. These are mostly soundtracks. Here's the Final Fantasy 3, 5, Dissidia, Panzer Dragoon, the Virtua Fighter series, Fantasy Zone, Fantasy Star. The cover art's pretty cool. Yeah, all this bending's bad for my knees. The Panzer Dragoon RPG. This is one version. Here's another version. Rainbow Cotton. Let's go back to the PS1 section. Yeah, so many nice looking PS1 games, and like, I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to play them within my lifetime. Pat Labor. Macross Do You Remember Love? I have this for Saturn. Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy. Avoid because of the load times. Yes, Dragon Quest IV. Never got a Super Famicom release, but it did get a PS1 release. It was supposed to have a release in the US, but it never happened. The Chocobo Dungeon games. Brave Fencer Musashi. Funny, I got this game for like 100 yen a few years ago. And this one's almost 10,000 yen. And my 100 yen copy works perfectly fine. So here's another Shin Megami Tensei game. Shin Megami Tensei 2. And Persona 2. I think this is the Sumi, the Sin version. Don't know where the Batsu punishment version is. So these are mostly PS2 games. Many of them. Xbox 360. Yeah, it's really cramped in here, so it's like really hard to get a good angle. Yeah, so these aisles, they're very cramped. Okay, so here are some AV cables, composite cables for the PS2. A 500 gigabit PS3. Here you can buy some original PS1s in their original boxes, which is pretty neat. Wow. Some Neo Geo games. Oh, this one, this fighting game.
I've never seen this one. This one is stolen.
Waku Waku 7. These are like 500,000 yen.
This one I found in a retro game store. This is 13 years old. What did you see?
Ninja Masters. Ninja Commando. Nam 1975. Man, games that I won't be able to afford personally. Though my brothers can, if they wanted to buy them. Okay, so here's some PC Engine games. Gunhead, right here. Oh, these are decently priced. Yeah. DS. PS Vita. PSP. And I think these are, what was it? Soundtracks. The Wonder Swan. Also the part of Gunpei Yokoi, the guy who invented the Game Boy. And here is some games for Wonder Swan. Like Rock Band and Forte. Didn't know about that. Here we have Card Capture Sakura. Clock Tower. And we have one for Gundam Seed. The orange one is Ultraman. That's neat. And some Game & Watch stuff. Yeah, these came out in like in the 80s. Almost three. That's like pretty much like a little less than half my salary. Donkey Kong. Suikoden. I got like Suikoden like with a case for like half this price. Alright, so this is like some paper theater panorama art for Dragon Quest. Here we got some keychains. PS Vita games. And some cheaper Neo Geo games, such as Fatal Fury Special. This 3DO game. Yeah, I wanted this 3DO, but like, you know, I never got around to getting one. Wow, this is the memory card. This is interesting. Final Fantasy VII shirts. Some loose PC Engine cartridges. Dragon Spirit. Necromancer. Shanghai. It's a type of mahjong game. PSP. Arcade Classics. 7,000 yen. Final Fantasy 2. Final Fantasy 4 The After Years. Persona 3. Dissidia. This includes Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Metal Gear Portable Ops Plus. Hint, you can get this for 100 yen. DBZ. Tales of Fantasia. The Brain Trainer games. Boku no Natsuyasumi. This actually was a PS1 game, but I guess it got a PS4 remake. PSP remake. Princess Crown, really good price. You'd be paying double for the the Saturn version. Final Fantasy VII. I've paid 500 yen for this. I want to see if I can get the Queen special here for Fire Pro Wrestling. I think this game was featured in, what's it called? High Score Girl. Outrun for the PSP. For the PC Engine. 14,000 yen. Alright, so here's Fire Pro Wrestling. This is the second one. This is actually the first one. I already own all these games. Mizoni Koku. Now all I need is Queen Special. Forgotten Worlds. I had this game for Super Famicom. Akazuki Cha-Cha for the PCFX. Okay, I'm banging as far as I can. And my knees are already killing me already. But I'll manage. Oh, Choaniki. This is like the funniest game you'll ever see in your life. You gotta search it on YouTube, get an idea of what it is. It's like it's one of the oddest games you'll ever find. Okay, so Valkyrie Densetsu. I think this is the character Sophie's inspired by from Soul Calibur. I might be wrong. Shinobi. PC Engine. Alright, so 14,000 yen. I guess I'll get the Mega Drive version instead. I already have it anyway. Alright, so let's proceed downstairs where the Saturn and the Dreamcast games are. And also some Super Famicom and some Famicom. Yeah, my bad. This is supposed to be the PS1 and PS2 and the PC Engine games. Okay, so this is where you want to get the Famicom, Super Famicom, Dreamcast, and Saturn games. So, yeah. Funny, I just saw a loose card for this for like a tenth of this price. But when you look at the case, it's in really good condition. Here's Jetman, probably considered one of the best ever Super Sentai series. But the game is pretty expensive. But I got a loose card of this for like really cheap. And here we have this Punch Out. I think this is the gold cartridge, and yeah, I think it costs what a lot of English teachers make in Japan. I'm not an English teacher anymore, but like once worked a job where I wouldn't have been able to afford that. I probably would have to take out, let's say, a mortgage. Battletoads. But as you can see, the cases here, they're in perfect condition. Yeah. So there's some really cool games here. The Jetsons, Soul Brain, Castlevania, Bucky O'Hare, almost 100,000 yen. Jesus Christ. Ah, Yu Yu Hakusho. Never knew it had a Famicom release. A remake of Stone Protectors. I saw this for 7,000, for 2,000 yen less at another store. Here's some Super Famicom games. They have Akazuki Cha-Cha here for 18,500 yen. G.O.D. Rainbow Cotton 100%, 30,000 yen. Okay, so here's Turtles in Time. I think at the last store we saw, the loose cart cost a lot less than this, but here's the case. And this right here is the Tournament Fighters one, and it's about 16,280 yen. And here's some loose cards of some really cool games like Return of the Jedi right here, Battletoads and Battle Maniacs, Incredible Crash Dummies. And I think this was the Japanese exclusive Spider-Man game, Spider-Man is Lethal Foes. It's about almost 30,000 yen. I think I bought this for like a tenth of the price when I lived in Niigata. And this was also exclusive to Japan, Super Back to the Future too. I got this for half the price a long time ago. Okay, so here's some loose Famicom and Game Gear cards. Griffin, and some other Crash Test Dummies. Yu Yu Hakusho, Juju Denki. I think it's called Toki overseas. Alright, so here's some so Dick Tracy, less than 10,000 yen. Here's some Dreamcast games. Alright, so I found Princess Crown, 14,300 yen, right here. Wait, is that for Saturn or Dreamcast? I can't tell. No, it's for Saturn, never mind. Okay. Viento. I got this for the 10th of the price for my brother a little while back. It was a loose cart, but no case. Sonic for the Game Gear. Super Fantasy Zone. And here's Lunar for the Game Gear. First time I've seen this. Here's another copy of Blue I know it's kind of hard to see with all the glare, but here's Blue Submarine 6 for the Dreamcast. Okay, so everything right of here, they've never been unsealed. So I see Record of Lotus War, Chaos Field, Giga Wing 2, Gundam, Side Story, Cleopatra Fortune, Confidential Mission, and a few others. Sakura Tyson. I got this for like half the price. This is 21,780 yen. Samba de Amigo version 2000. I've gotten this much cheaper before. Okay, so Street Fighter Alpha 3 Street Fighter 03 for the Saturn, 65,450 yen. I got this for less than 20,000 a little over 10 years ago. Groove on Fight, 23,180 yen. This is a fighting game by Atlas, and I got this for like 2,000 yen many years ago. Damn, prices have really gotten up, since post-COVID. Loose Game Boy cards. 7,568 yen for Metro. $20,000 for the Game Boy Color. And 50,000 yen for this green Game Boy Advance, and 42,680 yen for the red Game Boy Advance. Rockman Exe, Hoshino Kirby, and Super Mario Brothers 2. Another 3. Card Capture Soccer. And here's some loose Mega Drive cards like Rambo 3 right here. Golden Axe 2. Bare Knuckle 2 or Streets of Rage 2. And here, you'll see Mega Drive games and what's called in their case as opposed to boost cartridges. But here are some Mega CD games like Milky Lip. No idea what that is. And here's Final Fight CD. My brother I got this from my brother. He really likes it. Nostalgia. Time Gal. I think the Saturn and the PlayStation versions are the superior ones. Shin Megami Tensei. This is rather pricey. Sonic CD. I got this for like a quarter of the price over 10 years ago. Kamen Rider Zeo. I think this came out in the US, funny enough. I hear a DBZ background track. Puyo Puyo, Fantasia, Yu Yu Hakusho, Gunstar Heroes, Advanced Strategy Warfare, Sailor Moon for the Mega Drive. So it could be anywhere from 24,000 yen to nearly 28,000 yen. Thankfully, I already own this, and when I bought this, it wasn't at this price. It was at a 10% of this. Alex Kidd. Outrun. Okay, still cheaper than the PC Engine version. Mario Kart Double Dash. And here's what, yeah, the Dreamcast lineup isn't as strong as it used to be. I used to come here for Dreamcast games all the time. Yeah, but thankfully there are other shops where I can find the kind of Dreamcast games that I want. Virtua Striker 2. Okay, so this has not been open. On average, this is about like 100 yen. Resident Evil Code Veronica. I bought this at the 100 yen bin. At another place, of course. So yeah, this is the extent of what the Dreamcast sort of has to offer. Saturn. This still has some stuff that maybe I might be looking for. Solo Sailor Moon Supers. Okay, so Panic-chan. I have no idea what this game looks like. So according to this, it's one player, OVA adventure. Okay, so it's an OVA adventure. Probably a visual novel. Yeah, Saturn has unique games like that. This is probably a mahjong game. No, this is a... This looks like a puzzle game. Yeah, Saturn had a lot of unique games. Puriruda. Huh. A little out of my range. Looks like one of those OVA things. Radiant Silver Gun. Okay, this game is more expensive than they sell it for. It's not a rare game. For every retro game that has Saturn, most of them will at least have one or two copies of Radiant Silver Gun, so the prices are kind of ridiculous, especially post-COVID. Batsugan, Gunbird, Rainbow Cotton 2, good game. Darkstalkers. Virtual Call S. Okay, this is for 18 and up. Alright. Kind of wish I knew what kind of game it was. Bakudetsu Hunter. Seems like some sort of game, SWAT game in console form. World Perfect Heroes. A little pricey than what I paid for. Virtualon. Okay, a little cheaper than average. They don't have some of the fighting games I'm looking for. But yeah, so here's the Famicom stuff. Dragon Quest 2 and 3. Ultima. Love the box art. And here we have some games with their boxes intact and in pretty good condition, such as Batman here. And we have Rockman 2, 3, 4, and 6, and Sweet Home. Goonies 2. Yeah, I think they're gonna make a new Goonies movie, or is that just some rumor? Ninja Gaiden 3. We just saw these earlier. Double Dragon 3. Wizardry. Kinnikuman. Son. It's alright. Valkyrie no Boken. I think we saw the PC Engine version earlier. Galaxia. Kunio-kun. And the dodgeball game. That's a classic. Load Runner. This is also a good one. Popeye. Ninja Gaiden in loose card form. And Captain Tsubasa. Here's some PC Engine disc games. Here's a game with Hikaru Genji. Yeah, is this a, let me see. I'm going to assume this is a disc, Famicom disc engine game, disc system game. Roller Panic. Yeah, they're like a big boy band in Japan in the late 80s. If you've seen Yawara, a fashionable judo girl, she has a poster of them in her room. So this is the original Zelda game. Here's Dirty Pair. Here's Metroid. And here's the new Super Famicom cards right here for N64. Perfect Dark. A little more expensive than the last store we saw. Virtual Pro Wrestling 2. Probably my favorite pro wrestling game on the N64. And N64 had a lot of great wrestling games, but this is the cream of the crop, as the Macho Man would say. Yeah, GoldenEye is a little more expensive here. And in most other stores, you can find Pokemon Snap in the 100 yen bargain bin. Here's some loose Super Famicom cards. Puyo Puyo, Puyo Puyo 2, Super Mario Collection, Mario Kart, Mario RPG. And while this was called A Link to the Past in the US, this was called Kamigami no Triforce, or the Triforce of the Gods in Japanese. So you couldn't say God back then. And in Japan, Donkey Kong Country was just called Super Donkey Kong. What do you know? Wedding Peach. Yeah, too many things you see from the side, and I just don't want to get in the way and waste too much time. Okay, you got Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2, loose card of, Turtles in Time. I'm not sure if the box is worth it to you, so you're better off getting a loose cartridge. Captain Commando, really great game. And here are some more boxed Super Famicom games. Never seen this New Japan game before. This is Sekai Saikyo Tagu, so the world's strongest tag. I'm gonna guess it's a tag team oriented game, but it looks fun. Chowaniki for the Super Famicom. Yeah. Okay, a bit out of my price range of what I'm looking for. Dragon Knight. And here's some loose cards. Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, ActRaiser, and ActRaiser 2. And here's another wrestling game, Stardust Suplex. Okay, so that's pretty much it for my brief tour of what you can see around Akihabara. There's just so much to see, but that could probably take, I don't know, years to actually do a fully comprehensive video about what is there to do and see in Akihabara. And sometimes these stores change, and sometimes they just get demolished and then they get replaced with something new. So yeah, I'm just gonna go get dinner now, and hopefully whenever you come here, you'll come check something out.